out, y'all.
Good morning, USA!
Yo, 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Well, hey, good morning, T. Jamie.
It's Friday! It's Friday. Good morning, everybody. It's the end of the work week. It's over for us for a couple of weeks. It's our last day that we go on vacation to the new year.
I turned off my alarm.
Oh, for your phone, so it doesn't ring anymore?
In the morning, so I don't have to get up so early in the morning. I'm excited. The holidays are coming.
I'm excited too. I still got a little bit of shopping left to do for the kiddies, but most of everything is done. It's just the small ones. The 1-year-old and 3-year-old is the only one I didn't get for. I've been doing, every year I do this thing called 12 Days of Christmas, where every day I get my wife something special, something nice, and on the 12th day, which is Christmas, I give her a big gift. Just fun. So me and the kids pick those stuff out and we set it up in the house. So I'm tired. I had to set up one last night, and you know when you're over something, you be like, damn, I'm tired. Like, F that, but you can't say F that because you already jumped in. Yep. So you got to finish that out. So.
Well, it's my family. Everybody just wants money. I have like 18 cousins.
And they all want money?
Well, they're young, some of them.
So
but
how much you got to give them each?
I remember growing up, that used to be my favorite thing on Christmas was I would be with my whole family and everybody would give me the little red envelopes.
Right.
And there'd be money in them. So I'd give everybody $100 each.
Woo! 1,800, all right.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
50.
Wow, cheap.
Yeah, yeah.
So but it's actually a lot easier than having to like go out and shop and buy things. Everybody gets a card with some money in it.
So you're a little lazy.
No, I think it's just, I just know what I liked when I was growing up. I used to be like, how much money I'm gonna get for Christmas, and then you add everything
the same
up.
way.
Yeah, so why wouldn't I pay it forward?
Okay, you're right. Today on the show, Jeezy will be joining us. Jeezy has a new album out right now, so definitely go download it, stream it, or purchase that right now. Shout out to Jeezy. It's called Pressure. Also, Eminem has an album. Eminem's album dropped, right?
Yes, Eminem's Revival album is out today too.
Have you heard it yet?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I've been working all day, every day since Sunday. Last night I didn't get home till really late. Also, I haven't had a chance to do anything. So I'm fortunate that I was grinding it out to the last day of work. All
right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news. What we talking about?
Man, we are going to be talking about Omarosa and her versus Robin Roberts, the civil war they have going.
Okay, we'll get into all that when we come back. Don't move. Bodak Yellow. Cardi B is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
What's happening? It's Friday, goddammit. Last live show of 2017.
All right, well, let's get in some front page news. Now, let's talk Broncos. They beat the Colts last night, 25-13. You still want to talk Omarosa? We still talking about her?
Yeah, we are. I mean, I'm sure we'll be talking about what she has to say for a little while now. We told you yesterday about Omarosa doing her first interview on Good Morning America with Michael Strahan, and she said that she can't talk too much about why she, quote, resigned, but here's what she said.
There were a lot of things that I observed during the last year that I was very unhappy with. Things that I observed, that I heard, that I listened to. I can expand upon it because I have to still go back and work with these individuals. But when I have a chance to tell my story, Michael, quite a story to tell. As the only African-American woman in this White House, I have seen things that have made me uncomfortable, that have affected me deeply and emotionally, that has affected my community and my people.
Your community and your people, you pick the side, stay over there.
Now, Robin Roberts had this to say about those remarks.
She said she has a story to tell. I'm sure she'll be selling that story.
We'll see.
Well, yeah, she will. Bye, Felicia.
Don't say it under your breath, though, Robin. You got to be more loud with it. You got to be more vocal, okay?
All right. Well, of course, Omarosa responded to that by Felicia in a text message to Inside Edition.
So who is Felicia?
No, she said, that was petty. It's a black woman's civil war. So
it's not a black woman's civil war.
You picked the side.
You picked the side. Now stay over there. I told y'all it's not about conservative, liberal, not about Republican, Democrat, not about black or white. It's about good, evil, God, Satan, right and wrong. You picked the side of wrong, so stay over there.
All right, now let's talk about net neutrality. They have repealed net neutrality. That's a rule that was first put in place under President Obama in 2015. Now, what that means, net neutrality were rules that ensure ensure that internet providers can't deliberately speed up or slow down traffic from specific websites or apps, and they can't put their own content at an advantage over rivals. Well, the Republican-led FCC has voted to repeal those regulations, and a lot of people have responded. Facebook Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg said today's decision from the FCC to end net neutrality is disappointing and harmful. An open internet is critical for new ideas and economic opportunity. Internet providers shouldn't be able to decide what people can see online or charge more for certain websites.
Yeah, this is whack. I don't know how they passed this bill.
All right, Amazon Chief Technology Officer said, I'm extremely disappointed in the FCC decision to remove the net neutrality protections. We'll continue to work with our peers, partners, and customers to find ways to ensure an open and fair internet that can continue to drive massive innovation.
I need a net neutrality for dummies course, because I still really don't know what's going on.
Well, pretty much it's like cable. You know how in basic cable you have a basic plan, it might be $29 and you can get a certain number of channels?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you got to pay for other channels. It's the same thing with the internet that they can do. So if you want to go to Google, they might charge you $10 to go to Google now, a month. So you can go to Google, or if you want to go to YouTube, they can charge you an additional amount of money to go to YouTube.
There's certain things I would pay for online.
But we shouldn't. We've been getting it free all this time. Why are we going to pay now?
Because that's not the American way, baby. It's a capitalist society.
But internet providers can also slow down or speed up certain other websites. So it just kind of gives other certain companies an unfair advantage over other ones.
They just want more money, and that's whack.
Of course. You got
But you know, AT&T doesn't want to do that. Netflix, Vimeo, Verizon.
So who wants to do it?
They want open internet. It's the Republican-led FCC has decided to repeal those regulations.
So they can tax you.
They're looking at all these billions of people online. They're like, how can I get $1?
Yeah, that's what.
How can I make $1 off these people?
That's exactly what it is.
And Disney bought 21st Century Fox, by the way, in a deal worth more than $52 billion in stock.
First of all, dropping a clues bomb for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know how fire the Marvel Cinematic Universe gonna be now? Because now you can have X-Men and Avengers in the same freaking film. Oh my God! You know how good the next
so the Marvel,
series
the
of
Star
Wolverine
Wars
movies gonna
films,
be?
X-Men, Alien, Predator franchises, and then you have shows like The Simpsons, Family Guy, The X-Files, all of that.
I don't know how on time this is because Infinity War comes out next year. So by the time the 4th Infinity War comes, you'll be able to have every single character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in one movie. This is amazing. This is amazing. DC might as well just cash it in.
This guy's excited. This is made his
Christmas. You don't even know. You have no idea how good. If you thought Marvel was good now, you have no idea how good they're about to get.
All right. Well, Star Wars is out today. I already seen lines of people waiting outside to see Star Wars. So I don't know if that floats your boat, does it?
Nah, not really. I'm not a Star Wars guy. I do want aliens, extraterrestrials to come down real quick to humble everybody on Earth, though. Y'all feeling yourself too much.
Okay. All right, well, that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you want to vent, if you had some bad news, you want to spread some positivity, whatever it may be, call us up right now. Get it off your chest. If you're upset, you need to vent, call us. If you want to spread some positivity, call us. Whatever it may be, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
This is Lachey.
Hey, Lachey, get it off your chest, mama.
I am so excited because, first, I'm excited to finally get through, but yesterday I just finished my last day of the semester for law school.
Nice.
So I can finally breathe.
Well, congrats, mama.
Lester, thank you.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. So wait, now you have to take the bar?
No, I'm still in law school. It's just the semester is over. I got a year and a half, but I can turn up, drink.
Oh, so you done for the year is basically what you're telling us.
Yes.
Hey, this our last day of the year too, goddammit, so I know how you feel.
That's right.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm excited to be talking to you. I'm a big fan of Will Service, Angela.
Thank you, boo.
Well, enjoy your Christmas, mama.
Thank you.
Hey, get it off your chest, bro.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
What's happening?
Friday.
Not much. Listen, with the snow coming, I just want to touch on something that DJ Envy, you said, like, I think a couple of days ago, about how people, when they shovel out their parking spot, they're not entitled to their parking spot, how they don't own the street.
That's true.
And it's something that kind of bothered me because people that shovel out their parking spot and someone that just comes in and takes it, there might be some trouble right there for doing that.
What are you supposed to do? Like, you can't just...
I mean, if it snows and you shovel out your parking spot, spending 2 hours, shoveling your car out, you're entitled to that spot when you come back from work.
It's still entitled, but you don't own the street.
That's so crazy.
I'm not going to say you're entitled to it, but if you shovel it out right there in that moment and then you go to get your car and you about to pull in and then somebody pulls in there. That's
No,
worth a shot in there.
I thought he was talking about if you were parked and you shovel your car out of the parking spot.
He said that's your spot until it stops.
And then
snowing.
That's a spot. You go to work, you come back, so
You can't have that spot, man.
Not if you shovel in and you pull into it.
Of course, you're putting the work for it. You know what I mean? 2-3
Now,
hours.
how are we supposed to know who shoveled it? How are we supposed to know if you're coming back or not?
It's not your
Well,
street.
you know if you shoveled it or not, right? So if you come back to the street,
So where am I supposed to park?
you're gonna say, "Oh, I didn't shovel that spot. That's not my spot." You go back to the spot where your car.
Sorry, we're not arguing about
This
this.
sounds so crazy. Now, what if you shovel out your spot and you don't live there and then you go home and you're not coming back at all? We're just not supposed to park anywhere just in case someone
We're
comes
not
back?
going back and forth about that, sir.
Yeah, you're right about that. The only reason why I'm arguing about it is because
Somebody did it to you.
everybody's listening to y'all, and then Envy says, "Oh, you don't feel entitled," so someone's gonna take it that way and cause a problem. You know?
Somebody gonna take your spot when you get home from work, sir. All right? That's what the moral of the story is, okay?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, get it off your chest, man.
Hey, so pretty much I'm dealing with a girl,
Oh boy.
and pretty much recently I did her grit over the summertime. I did her wrong.
You did it wrong. What happened? You want it back?
So now we actually working things out now. We back together. We working things out. Long story short, we recently exchanged each other's Facebook passwords. And I'm not gonna front. She came across something that she didn't like, and I definitely came across something I didn't like.
Well, that's what your dumb ass get for doing that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why would you do something like that? What possessed you? What evil spirits possessed you to make you do something like that? Especially when you know you're not clean.
Yeah, you knew you wasn't clean.
Thanks for calling.
That's like giving the police permission to search the trunk when you know you got drugs.
When you know you got drugs
I don't
and gun in the
understand.
trunk.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hello, who's this?
Hey, yo, what's shaking, Envy? Never who this. It's the big homie you heard.
Hey, big homie.
What's up, Angela? I want to say one thing. Well, a couple things. I want to say first, shout out to my homie Zach TV. He's doing the gun buyback in Chicago. You know, he's doing the gun buyback, and I think that I need to get a little bit of light shine on that. So I wanted to say that. And I want to say another thing, Envy. I just realized that you did a song with the Ops.
With the Ops?
With the Ops? Who's the Ops?
Yeah, the homie that came up to the Breakfast Club talking about with Birdman and all that. He was the Ops, Envy.
You mean the rest of Sean?
I ain't even gonna mention his name. I ain't giving him no clout, but he the Ops, man.
How you say you can't say you're not gonna give him no clout when that's Envy new single.
He the Ops, Envy. You messing with the Ops, Envy, man. Shout out to my boy Team PIB too, man. Free tax them.
All right, man.
All right.
I don't know nothing about none of this street lingo no more,
Yeah,
okay? I'm a civilian, all right? I don't know nothing. The only ops I know is opportunities.
Hello, who's this?
What's up, Envy?
Trav, what's up, man? Trav.
Hey.
Hi, Trav. I'm going to miss you over this holiday.
Listen, that's why I had to call y'all, because I'm gonna miss y'all too. What's up, Charlamagne?
What's up, Trav? What up, sis?
I had to call and spread some positivity this morning. I'm blessed.
Well, spread
I
them.
wanted to call and say, before Christmas and everything, Merry Christmas to y'all, Happy Holidays, y'all have a Happy New Year, and I can't wait till y'all get back.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
Trav, enjoy your holiday, and you going to your boo's coming to your house, right?
Yeah, we're going to my aunt's house.
All right, well, enjoy it.
Y'all cute. Y'all cute.
Don't forget to put that mistletoe on your belt buckle, okay?
Do you have a picture? Do you have a picture with him on your Instagram?
No.
No, he's I told you that.
Oh. All right.
I can't put any pictures of him, unfortunately.
Well, he's coming out because he's coming out with you to your aunt's house, right?
Yeah, all my family know him.
And you met his family.
Yeah, and I met his family.
So who was he hiding from?
He's from his friends, and he's annoying.
You should pop the question. You should propose to him.
No,
get on your
Envy.
knees
Let the
and
man come
propose.
out. Let the man come out first.
He would have a fit. He would die.
Everybody should know that butt is yours, okay? Matter of fact, look him dead in the eyes and sing Michael Jackson's famous line, "Your butt is mine."
Goodbye. Y'all have a great happy holidays.
You too, Trav.
Bye.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Trinity, man, from Brooklyn.
Trini, what's up, man? Get it off your chest.
Yo, man, yesterday, we was a little scared yesterday. I'm on the PQ, Purpose Road.
I'm in the right lane. I'm trying to get in the left lane, and the traffic was so crazy. And then, you know, by the time I looked left in my mirror and looked forward, I ran into this young lady in the back of her car. I jumped out of my chest, and I was like, oh, man. So
I'm confused. Did you crash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you crashed.
I put a dent in her bumper.
So now you exchanged information.
Yeah, exchanged information. We waited. And the worst thing with New York City, you gotta wait like 2 hours just for a cop to arrive on the car crash. It was like, come on. It was cold as hell yesterday, and you know, but I got out, make sure she was all right, and you know, she had 2 kids in the car too, so I got even more scared. I'm like, hey,
were you on your cell phone when you hit her?
Huh?
Were you on your cell phone when you crashed into her?
No, man, I was not, man.
All right, well, fortunately, everybody's okay, right?
Yeah, everybody's okay. Everybody's fine. I made sure everybody's okay. You know, I said, you know, do you need me to call an ambulance? She said, no, everybody's all right. You know, she was just happy that I was honest and I waited. She said, oh, I'm thankful that you waited. You know, most people like to hit and run. I'm like, I can't. I'm in a big old company van and I can't.
Or I would have.
They're going to chase me down.
All right, well, I'm sorry you got into that accident, but try to enjoy your holidays, bro.
Yeah, man. Yo, Charlamagne, man, you got to cut it out, man. That internet service, you don't want them to do that, man. A lot of people rely on the internet, and, you know, you don't want everybody to get charged just to go on certain websites.
Who the hell said I wanted people to get charged? I think y'all comprehension skills is off.
You said it was okay.
I did not say that. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said it is certain things I would pay for on the internet. I didn't say it was okay. See what I'm saying?
Okay, and they love that. They'll take that and run with it. Like, hey, Charlamagne was doing
Man,
this.
shut up, man. Y'all hear what y'all want to hear. That's why don't nobody talk to y'all or listen to y'all. That's why
they'll take that and run with it.
Hey, come on, man. I ain't say nothing about net neutrality being okay. I just simply said it would be some things on the internet I would pay for. Doesn't mean I want to pay for it.
800-585-1051. You got rumors on the way?
Yes, we are going to be talking about some of the men responding to these sexual abuse or sexual misconduct allegations, and we'll tell you who responded and what they had to say.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. JNV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Hey.
Shout to Cardi B and Shaft and the whole Atlantic Records.
Kaiser dropping a clues bomb for
Mike
Cardi B.
Kaiser.
They sent us platinum plaques for Bodak Yellow.
Triple platinum.
Triple platinum plaques.
Triple platinum. Shout to Future. Future sent me a plaque this last week, and so did Khaled. Khaled sent me a plaque.
Salute to Young M.A. too. She sent us plaque. She went 3 times platinum as well.
Yeah, Young
I like platinum plaques. I like putting them in the man cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and shout out to Cardi B and Offset. I saw how cute they were yesterday all over the gram. They look great together.
They sure did.
Find you a woman that's going to buy you a Wraith. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't want no Wraith. Just give me the cash.
All right, well, let's get to
rumors.
Bird. Let's talk, is his name Tavis or Travis?
Tavis.
Smiley.
Jesus Christ.
I am disappointed that Emmy doesn't know who Tavis Smiley is.
I don't know if his name was Travis or Tavis.
Doesn't surprise me, not in the least.
All right, well, Tavis Smiley says that PBS railroaded him during their investigation into claims that he was having sex with staffers, and he wants to take a stand. He says the network overreacted. Here's what he had to say.
I was as shocked as you were to hear of PBS's sudden announcement regarding my television program. Let me say at the outset that I have the utmost respect for all women, and I certainly celebrate the courage of those women who've come forth of late to share their own truth. But let me also assure you that I have never groped, inappropriately exposed myself, or coerced any colleague in the workplace ever in my 30-year career.
All right, well, he goes on to talk about how he found out about the investigation because they didn't even come to him at first. Listen to what he had to say about PBS.
I only learned of this investigation because former colleagues, former staffers, started to call me to tell me they were getting a phone call from some PBS investigator asking, number one, did Tavis ever make you feel uncomfortable in the workplace? And number two, can you give us other persons to call? Only after threatening a lawsuit did PBS investigators agree to sit down and talk to me for 3 hours. And even then, their minds must have been made up because almost immediately after that session ended, this story broke.
Now, I don't know what's true and what's not true, but if it's not true, how does people like Tavis Smiley prove that it's not true?
Well, he's saying that he never groped and appropriately exposed himself. He never coerced any colleague in the workplace. Ever, he said, in his 30-year career. He said it was a sloppy investigation. Now, that moves us into Russell Simmons, who has taken matters into his own hands.
Did you mean to talk with a list?
You did that on purpose?
You did that on purpose?
Did you do that on purpose?
Because I talk with a list, so I can tell when somebody did that on purpose. You don't have a list.
Are you list shaming?
You did that on purpose.
Russell Simmons,
He's going through enough.
Yes, so he said he took a polygraph test.
That's so foul.
And that was to address these allegations against him. Now, he passed the polygraph test, according to his lawyers, to address allegations from Carrie Clausen, a colleague who was a model from the 90s, who says that he raped her. And he said he's going to continue to do those with all the women that are accusing him.
Now, how accurate are lie detector tests?
Now, here's the thing.
You can beat him.
Yeah, I mean, they're not 100% accurate. And it's also his lawyer saying that it happened, whatever. But he's launching his own investigation into himself, I guess is what it looks like now. He said he doesn't want to diminish the hashtag #MeToo movement, but he does want to prove that he's innocent. So now he has launched his own movement. That movement is #NotMe. He said, today I begin to properly defend myself. I will prove without any doubt that I am innocent of all rape charges. Today I will focus on the original sin, Carrie Clausen, the claim that created this insane pile of my Me Too.
I think that hashtag kind of trash. Not me.
Well, let me tell you the backlash from that already. Now, according to page 6, Kelly Catrone has now come forward. She started the PR powerhouse People's Revolution, and she starred in MTV's The Hills and on America's Next Top Model. She said that she was incensed to learn about this whole Not Me movement to deny sexual assault accusations, and now she is starting her own movement, Yes You.
Okay, stop. Listen, don't get mad at me because I'm defending myself.
Well, she's saying that he actually tried to rape her. So she had her own
but I'm talking about Russell. So if Russell's saying I didn't do that, you can't be mad at the
Well, no, but I guess what she's saying
he's lying.
is that he's lying, and that he has done. And then she told her story about meeting Russell Simmons at a party and bumping into him. They were casual acquaintances. She said he invited her to his apartment. She said no. Then he said he needed to stop by somebody else's apartment, and she agreed to go. But she believes he led her to his own apartment. She said they walked in, and he pushed her, tried to grab her, take her clothes off. She said she started screaming, kicking. She told him to get the F off her. She said that she would call page 6. She was a publicist. She said that she would have him murdered. She said that she ran out of there just feeling disheveled, got into a cab, and she felt like, oh my God, somebody just tried to rape me. What do I do? And it was just a lot for her to press charges against Russell Simmons. But she said even after that, she would be at a table, and Russell Simmons would come up to the table, and people would introduce him, and she would say, yes, I know Russell, he tried to rape me. So I guess it's a story she's been telling for quite some time. And she said, I hope he chokes on his own pendant.
Yikes. So hashtag Me Too, hashtag Not Me. Then it's hashtag
Yes You.
Hashtag you lying.
But how can you prove it?
Hashtag No I'm Not.
But you can't prove it.
I just don't know how you prove you didn't do it if you didn't really do it. That's what I want to know.
I don't know. There's a lot of people coming forward. And I do feel like a lot of these women do have a lot. They're not gaining anything from this. And these are women that, you know, have been in the industry. She's a successful woman, so she's not trying to get money out of it. She's just mad that he's trying to say he's never done anything.
Okay.
That's her truth. That's his truth. I don't know what the real truth is.
That's their story.
Their stories. We don't know what the truth is.
I'm sure, I mean, he probably believes he didn't do anything wrong. She believes he did. I don't know. I wasn't there. But
right.
We don't want people who have had situations to not feel like they can come forward.
And we don't want people who haven't really done anything being accused either, by the way.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All right. When we come back, Jeezy will be in the building. We'll kick it with Jeezy, so don't move. His album's out right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Jeezy.
What up, Joe? What's happening? What's happening?
New album Pressure coming, which I haven't heard yet. I'm upset I ain't heard it.
You should have came to the album listening session.
I don't like going to album listening sessions because you can't really vibe to the album like that. You can't really vibe to the album at them listening parties like that.
That's not the reason why you ain't go, though.
Why ain't go?
I don't go to none of them. That ain't really my thing.
Right. I can respect that.
All right.
You guys just hit me. I send it to you.
Okay. Yeah. What's the theme of this album?
I mean, you know, basically what I always been kicking, like motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, you know, I believe sometimes people just get it misconstrued when you go through things like you can't come out on top. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about that coal, you know, being a piece of coal, nobody caring about it. And you just staying down and you know, one day you just shining like that diamond. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you hard, you rough around the edges, but you bright. And that's what Pressure was about to me. It's like, especially, you know, being in the game, as long as I've been in the game, you know what I mean? I'm gonna shine in everywhere I can possible. You feel what I'm saying? You know, in real life, not like the rap world. You know what I'm saying? So That's what it's really about. So a lot of times, a lot of the music I made was like past tense because people was stuck on, you know, trap or die, what I was talking about when I was in the streets. But this album was more so like in real time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's in real time. So it's like the things that I didn't used to talk about because I felt funny about being flamboyant about the things that I accomplished. You might hear that a little bit more. You know, I could talk to DJ Envy about my cars now. You know, and quit hiding them like I'm still in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just real time, like real time living life. You know, yeah, we jumping on boats and yachts and living like that, but at the same time, we still going through our own struggle mentally. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, look, man, you know, everybody got their own battles, but that don't mean you can't live the best life. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm out here.
What made you decide that now is the time to do that?
I mean, because at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, people are always going to tell you, I want to hear something like your first joint. I mean, if that's the case, buy my first album again and again. You know what I'm saying? We're not there mentally, but it's just like, you know, I'm grown and I'm really living life, and you know, I'm enjoying the things that I work hard to get. So it's like, why not inspire people that way, and you know, so they can evolve rather than to talk about the same things that they already know you for.
But you've always had motivation. I mean, that's the conversation I'm not understanding about Jeezy, because you've always been a motivational speaker. Your album is called Thug Motivation 101.
But you'll be surprised though, because they like, you know, you put something up like, we want that old Jeezy. I'm like, man, you don't see me looking like money, man. Like, what we doing? Like, we healthy. We living life now. We not, you know, that's what I'm on. I can't tell you what to be on, but it's just like, you know, we living now. So it's just like, let me motivate you that way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it ain't all the records that's gonna motivate. Maybe it's something you see me doing, you know what I'm saying, when I'm out and I'm moving around, and make you feel like, yo, I could do that too. You know what I mean? My homies are trying to get themselves, you know, in shape and, you know, live a better life and eat a little cleaner just because they seeing the big homie doing that. But at first, you know, you tell somebody you eating a salad, niggas is clowning. You know what I'm saying?
What is kale?
Right. You know, I said that one day. I was like, yo, you know, like, what are you having? I didn't even look at the menu. I'm like, I want Branzino. My man looked at me like, what the hell is that?
You want no fried chicken?
Right. But he didn't know it was fish.
Right. I'm about to ask you, what is Branzino?
It's fish, but it come along with, you know, with the lifestyle. So my thing is, like, you can't be scared to be great. You can't be scared to push yourself and live better.
But they can go back and listen to Sky's the Limit on the first album, and that you've been on that. Telling people the world is yours, go out there and get something like.
But the thing about it, they ain't believe it. It just was music. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It sounded good, just like the rest of these songs. They sound good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Papa Molly, yeah, do this. Yeah, that's fine. Till somebody die. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's real. So you could tell somebody sky's the limit until they actually see you. You know what I'm saying? I just shot bottles up with Puff. You know, we was out in Miami. You know, we sitting down eating at the table in his crib, just kicking it. I'm like, yeah, we should shoot the video. He look around, be like, well, you know, he got a camera. He shoots. Let's shoot it now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, cool. From that moment when he said that, we started shooting the video. But we didn't shoot a video meaning like we didn't have no stylist. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no treatment. It was real life. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I watch it back, that was a hell of a weekend, but that was me just hanging warm with my partners. You know what I'm saying? But look at all the things that happen. That's real life. So it's just like when you see that, you know, and somebody might see it and think you guys, you know, plan and put that together to be a video, but that's real life. So it's like you gotta show people that sometimes to let them know, you know, and it could get, it's gonna get better tomorrow. We're gonna do it even bigger than that without even thinking. But people don't know that's possible.
And even on the Forbes list now, hip hop is like at the top.
Right.
You know, you see Diddy's #1 highest paid musician, not just in hip hop, but in every genre.
Yeah, it's a hustler's game now. You know what I'm saying? It's an entrepreneur's game. It's just like if you got the hustle, you got the ambition, like you could do anything.
A lot of these conversations recently, they talk about the seller and the users in the music. You know, back in the day, it was more about selling drugs. Now it's people using it. How do you feel about that?
Well, like, you know, like I say, man, I'm not a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a plumber. I couldn't tell you nothing about none of that. But what I was and still am, was a hustler. So that's the only thing I had to really talk about. So it wasn't like I was glorifying it, but shit, that's the only thing that I could talk about and be comfortable with because I really knew it. It's like, you ever been around somebody who's really smart in math or really know about economics? They're going to kill you every time when they open their mouth. You're like, yo, he's smart. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. I'm comfortable in that space, so I could talk about it. So it wasn't like I was glorifying it, but when I look at the game, it's like I came in the game and I opened a door you know what I'm saying, for cats who was just on the streets that had a little swag sauce, if you will, and they had the gift of gab, because that comes off the streets. If you in Oakland, you hear it. They talk that, you know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, that's talent. You know what I'm saying? Which is one reason why everybody like Cardi B. She got the gift because she's a star. You know what I'm saying? You see it. She talks that talk. So for me, you know what I'm saying? Like that was my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I talked about the things that I knew, and coming in the game, people just took it like you talking about selling drugs. So anybody that was on the streets was like, shit, I hustle too. Let me talk about it too. Yeah. So now you got all these cats that's talking about, you know, what they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they really do. But that ain't a form of like leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of talked about it in a way like I wasn't glorifying it, but this is what it is. So now when these cats are talking, they telling you the truth. You know, I get high, I pop this, I do that. That's they real life. You know what I mean? So that translates into the music. So you almost can't really be mad because it's like these are the people that they're listening to now. So it's almost like this is the new wave of things, and these are things they talking about. But then at the same time, when I was listening to Tupac, I was listening to Biggie, I was doing what they was saying or trying to do it. So now these cats are trying to do what they're saying because they got their ear. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it flipped. You see what I'm saying? Because now the cats who was in the streets, you know, they really going through a different time. So they really talking about what they doing. They getting high.
Yeah, I just don't feel. I don't like how the previous generation acts like this new generation is so wrong. Like when morally, we was doing stuff that was just as bad or worse.
I mean, you know, I smoked a joint or two, man, but I wasn't popping no pills.
But we was talking about killing people and shooting people.
And by the way, we got that from you know, just growing up on the whole Cali way. You know what I mean? The whole Brooklyn way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was about: being tough, being rugged, and holding your own. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, and that was as an individual. But nowadays, you know, you need 100 niggas to take a piss. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 100 pistols, you like, damn, man, like, y'all more strapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, fall to the sprinter, you might shoot this old motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. But that's, you know, that's how they kicking it. So when you see them on the YouTube, and don't get me wrong, like, I never knocked the little homies, man, but it's just like, if you ain't gonna try to guide them right, I ain't gonna preach to nobody, but, I mean, it is another way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, when you start burying people and listening to people's mothers crying, it just get a little tricky because it's like, damn, like, he was a good kid. He didn't really want to do that. You know what I mean? He just had a daughter. You know what I mean? It get a little tricky because it sounds good in the music, but then when it comes to real life, you know what I'm saying? You know, it can be like, you know, you take some hits. You know what I mean? So it's just like, damn. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they making their own way because they're at least changing the game. You feel what I'm saying? Like they're going straight from the studio straight to consumer. They don't need the labels no more. We didn't even do that. So you gotta respect that at least. Like they're showing you that if you're creative enough, you know what I'm saying, you can change the game. So even people like me, when you start talking about streaming, I could have never seen that coming.
That's way better than not the Trump.
Oh, come
way
on,
better than not the Trump.
You know how many CDs I pressed up, like to get on? Like hundreds of thousands.
What do we do with all the old CDs now? Because I still have mine in the house.
Right, hundreds of thousands of CDs I pressed up to get my buzz up. They download and upload in one button. Yep. They lit.
What do you do with old work, Jeezy?
What, the CDs?
Yeah.
They're in my auntie house. Who would be in there? It's like, the CDs you talking about? Well, the CDs,
yeah, the CDs.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't choose to listen to them anymore.
Did you have them?
Nah.
Okay.
I saw you say you want to distance yourself from the trap.
Not in the essence of the word, but the genre of it. Like when you start talking about all these people going through all these real things as a genre of music, like I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? We came up like the trap was really the trap. We standing outside in front of a fire barrel trying to stay warm and Timberland boots and Dickie suits to get some money. Like that's the trap. We hooking up, you know what I'm saying, lights from the next door because we ain't got no power in the trap house. You know what I'm saying? We trying to put cameras up, you know what I mean, so we can see what's going on. Thursday and Friday night, we hoping, you know, the homies from down the street don't kick in the door. Like, we on it like that. You know what I mean? You hiding your bomb in the back and having to run and go get it and have people to watch it. Like, that's a trap, falling asleep in the car and before you go to school and you out there, you know what I'm saying, getting it in. You know what I mean? That's the trap. Or you talking about a genre of music is trap because it sounds like something. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't like this new definition of trap music. The trap music I grew up on was the content.
Right.
When T.I. said his album was called Trap Music, because we knew why. When Gucci did Trap House, he did Trap or Die, we knew why. It was the content.
Right.
Now it's like the bounce of it?
Yeah, not that sound. I don't know what that is.
But it's like, you know, you can't just call something, you know, gospel music because it sounds like gospel music and somebody talking a whole different, they got a whole different message. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't want to be affiliated with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tell people, it's like, you know, when you come from a certain thing, it's just like, what your morals like? Meaning like, you know, are you a robber? Are you a killer?
Yeah.
Are you a stand-up guy? You know what I'm saying? Do you take from people? Do you owe somebody? You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing, if you owe somebody, you're like, man, man, that nigga owe me money. You know what I'm saying? That's your reputation. That's what it comes. Like, your reputation exceeds you. So, like, what we come up in is about either you're a man of honor or you on some grimy tip. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in between. So when you start talking about, you know, trap music and genres of music, it's just like, I can't live and die about what somebody telling me, you know, just because they on a beat that sound like I would be on. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I'm gonna live. You know, I lived and died by, you know, a lot of things that Tupac said because I feel like I can relate to it. I don't know if I can relate to it. I'm not, you know, if you got purple hair, my nigga, like, I don't know. You got nose rings and goofy shit going, I don't know. I'm not wearing no purse, man. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's who I am. You know what I mean? So I'm not telling you, you can't be you. But at the same time, where I'm from, still.
But you could like music and not relate to it, you think?
Right, absolutely.
Like, you could be like, all right, I like this song, I don't do these things.
But it's just like being in the club. You know, you got your joints you like. You know, they pop off. But when it's really time to listen to something that you respect, like, you're going to put it in at your crib or in your car and you're going to listen to it. And it's going to remind you of some times, or it's going to bring things back, or it's going to motivate you in a different way. And that's that. But you know what club music is. You know when somebody just got in the booth and just run on a rant. You know what I'm saying? Or said the first thing that came off the top of their head, you like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they're good opening acts, but that don't mean like they're going to be forever.
That's interesting, because even with your records, like, I can think of a lot of records that rang off in the club, but they weren't necessarily club records, whether it was Air Forces, Trap or Die, like Go Crazy. Those sound like they was just records, but they went off in the club.
But that's because those type of people were in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? Those type of people were being spoken for. They was able to get off their money. They was able to come hustle all week because they had a different type of moral, you know what I'm saying? And they had a different type of mentality, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people was in the club spending money to get more clientele. If I spend $100,000, you ain't worry about me robbing you for 25. You know what I'm saying? That's my business card. You know what I'm saying? You see me with all these bottles and, you know what I'm saying, all these chicks and all these cars, like, you supposed to want to get down.
Now with your music, do you I don't want to say chase, but do you aim at the younger generation? Or you just aim at whoever's listening, you just stay true to you?
I just aim at whoever's listening, but, you know, from time to time, like, don't get it wrong, like, I'm not no cat that's just, like, out here, like, I ain't listening. Like, I'm a fan of, you know, a few of these young cats. There's some people out here talking their talk, and I be like, oh, yeah, he hard. If I pull up with my homie, and my homie hop in the back of the car with me, and we rolling around, and I like, you heard this? You know what I'm saying? I'm putting him on to something I respect. Right. But I know he a real one, so I'm like, yo, you heard this? He talking. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, that's respect because I understand, you know, what his mind state is. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have a lot of respect, you know, for a lot of those Detroit rappers because they didn't get on that wave. You know what I mean? They stayed bossy. They stayed Cartier wearing and getting money and rocking their Rolexes. Like, you ain't about to go there and see them sipping on no syrup. And they drinking champagne out the bottle, Don P. You know what I mean? But that's how they really living. But they got enough sense to know that.
And you have T Grizzly going on tour with you.
Yeah, shouts out to T Grizzly going on the Cold Summer Tour. He's actually on the album Pressure. And that was another thing. It's like I heard, you know, a lot of his records. I'm like, yo, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get in the same room and chop it up. But I respected a lot of things he was saying because he was talking some real shit. But that don't, you know, I might hear something in the club. I might feel like it's, you know, got the right beat, the right bounce, and like, that's dope. But if I get in my car, I'm going to listen to something like that.
And you had Kendrick and J. Cole on a song.
Kendrick and J. Cole, shouts out to Kendrick and J. Cole. And, you know, they both bodied the song. But I was just listening to a song downstairs when I said I'm on Trap or Die 3L. Like, I'm going to leave the bars to Kendrick and Cole. I spit that real life. You know what I mean? It was there then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But and when I reached out and they sent, you know, the verses back, You know, I was like, wow, like this is for real. And I feel like we need that for the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, everybody can't be saying the same thing, have the same message. So I know what they mean to the culture. I watch it.
Did they know they was on that record together?
Yeah, at some point.
Okay.
At some point. No, they knew that.
Okay. Did you read Gucci's book?
No, I did not.
He talks about he said y'all had got cool.
Right.
Y'all met at a restaurant or something. Y'all ran into each other at a restaurant.
Right.
And y'all pieced it up, but then when you saw him in the club, you was like, nah, not here.
I don't remember that. Yeah. But I definitely remember us having a situation where we chopped it up, but then I think he went in right after that, so I never talked to him anymore after that.
Mm-hmm. So,
you know.
That's it. I thought
you had something for me. I remember that, but I don't remember anything after.
Yeah. Now he was just saying like, that's why y'all not really cool now. Because when he saw you in the club, after y'all pieced it up, you act like you was like, nah, not here. Because the homies was looking at you funny.
Nah, come on, man. I'm grown, man. I ain't about to play no games like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No need. Like, you know. But at the same time, like, I don't remember anything after because from what I remember, when he just got out for it, that's when he left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't talk to him after that period.
Right.
I see you and Joe Budden took a picture with each other. So,
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, I see it. Y'all took a picture.
Joe Budden was getting at you heavy last week, man.
To be honest with you, like, I don't know what that was about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because had you waited until the album dropped, you could have said anything you wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? And I had to respect it. I just felt like that was coming from a weird place. It was almost like you was, trying to, make it seem like I didn't hear you say that. I know you rock with my music. I didn't hear y'all say nothing like, so it was weird. So I wanted to go see what the weirdness was about. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no issue. Like we ain't tripping on what no talking about. Like let's see, like if it's real, we gonna get into it. But to me, it's more so like my whole point in case was going up there to chop it up with him. It's like, man, you have a platform, bro, but it's just like, I don't think y'all using it right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we out here making culture. We out here taking chances. We out here losing souls. We out here losing people. And y'all trying to critique, what culture is. But at the same time, what are y'all doing to help it? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to these young cats. I'm giving them game. You know what I'm saying? Because once y'all go home and lay in your beds with your girls and live your life, we still out here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. So that was, my thing. I didn't feel like it was no issue or no smoke, nothing like that, because I just feel like, I ain't no rapper, man. Like, don't make it seem like you can critique me. How could you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been here for a long time. I've done things for people that you probably would never do. You know what I'm saying? I've done things for the culture that you probably wouldn't even understand. You know what I'm saying? I still do more for the culture than a lot of people that are probably out here and you probably think is really popping. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I do that. So let's talk about that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about an album that's coming out and, what you think I got in my head. Call me up there. Let's talk about it.
Well, Joe apologized to you.
Absolutely. 9 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't fault him. You know what I'm saying? And I still don't fault him because people listen to your music, you know what I'm saying? They hear, what you want, and they actually think that's who you are.
But he didn't say none of that to you, though.
Nah.
And I don't have a problem with people critiquing as long as you say it to the person.
Exactly.
But he didn't say that to you.
But the thing about it is I've been up here, Charlamagne, a few times, and y'all probably got a sense that we've known each other over the years, so you kind of know how I think. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know somebody, you just assume it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? True. Like you talking.
You can't base it off of.
Right. But the thing was, he had to see, who I want you to look in your eyes. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Because I want you to know who I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you never met him before?
Not like that.
Oh, got you.
Right. So I want you to know who I am, bro. Like I'm not on that. I'm on this. Like I'm grown, man. Like let's talk about it, bro. Like I don't think you know me. I want you to know me. I want you to look me in my eyes and have a conversation. Because I think you looking at me like I'm like everybody else. I ain't like them, bro. Like I'm Jeezy. Like let's not never forget that. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not gonna never be apologize for being who I am. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean something. There ain't nowhere, no penitentiary, no ghetto, no place in the world you gonna go and they don't know who I am and what my contribution is. Now, if you can say the same, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it was just a real conversation that needed to be had. You know what I'm saying? I know you was talking about I cut academics off. You know what I'm saying?
That was hilarious.
Right. but I wasn't really trying to. I'm serious. You know, I can come up here and joke with y'all because I feel like we family. If I'm having a conversation and I'm talking to you, you're not taking me serious, I feel like that's a problem. You laughing about what I'm telling you I'm passionate about. I'm talking about saving my little homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you laughing. Like, that's not funny. I paid for more funerals this year and last year than I paid for in my life. You know what I'm saying? I had to send so much money off the prisons, you know what I'm saying, and making sure that people straight that I ever done in my life because it's getting worse. But you laughing. I'm here to tell you of the series, like, this is for real, bro. Like, this is what you need to know on your platform while you trying to critique these kids. They out here trying to feed their families. This is all they got, just like all I had. So it's like, it's not funny. Let's talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what that really was. But yeah, he apologized.
I think it's different when people up north because they didn't see it from the bottom. Like, I remember you at the main event in Columbia doing a party for my man Fats when you had Screechers Watching mixtape. And it was only like 30 people in the club. But then a year later, Trapper Died dropped.
It was crazy.
2,000, 3,000 people in the club.
And you got to understand.
And I stole your Versace glasses. Where my boy Frosty stole them.
I've been looking for those.
You took them off and put them on the DJ booth.
I've been looking for them.
Yeah, we got them right now. Still got them.
You worse than Trey Songz. Every time you get in the car, like, hey, man, every time I see him, you get in the car, get out my shades, man. Like, Trey, you got my shades on. I got these for my dog. That's all you say. But my thing is, you know, just on another note, just like, man, like, these kids out here really taking real chances to go out here and get this money, man. It's like, it's rap is the new street. So when they going to do these shows, they go, like, they dealing with the first 48 people. Like, you're not dealing with, you know, like a real man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, hey, man, get the little brothers a break, man. Like, bring them up here and talk to them about what makes them tick.
Right.
What makes them go like that? You talking about, you know, and that's why, like, MC, like, whoa, man, I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't never claimed to be no MC. I'm quite sure neither have they. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, you can't get rap confused with real life. They live in real life and they trying to take care of their people, and that's all they know. Like, they might didn't know to get in there and brush up on their skills. It's a hustle at this point. Nobody knows how long that's gonna last, and if something works for you, why would you go change it and it's working? You know what I'm saying?
And we can listen to that coming from you because you really do reach out and talk to these and help guide these younger artists.
Right.
And plus we're seeing the growth.
Yeah, and people will critique artists, but have, like, these young artists, but have never had any interaction, or, you know, gone to a show or tried to reach out to them.
By the way, we'll probably be scared because the first time I went to a YG show, I couldn't believe that shit. I was just like, man, how many people gonna die tonight? Like, Jesus, man. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the label, you know, I'm like, yo, I think it